your AccuWeather forecast. Certified Tampa Bay's most accurate.
And we could be bracing for a lot of rain.
Yeah, really, today was real uneventful with little to no rain across the Bay Area. But tomorrow's going to be another day, and I do think we'll see a better chance of showers and storms on Sunday and into Monday. Here's the reason. We have a little disturbance sitting off the east coast of Florida. That's certainly generating a lot of activity from Jacksonville to West Palm down towards Miami. That has been the wet coast today. The west coast and the Bay Area, not as wet. We've had a couple of showers building up towards Ocala and Tallahassee and the Panhandle, but not a whole lot of rain so far today. We have one storm, though, that's extending or building back from Land O'Lakes into the Lutz area. So this is containing some little bit of lightning, some brief heavy rainfall. So we do have one isolated storm here. It's beginning to move into northern Hillsborough County. Deep inland we go, Sebring, and further out towards Lake O there, Lake Okeechobee, north of the lake there, some scattered showers and storms that will try to move closer to Lake Placid and Sebring over the next 30 minutes to an hour. But essentially, the Bay Area has been pretty dry, and we do expect to see a little bit of more rain, at least a chance for some rain that continue on into the evening, and then eventually things drying out overnight tonight. So in terms of the overall weather pattern, here's what we're talking about. This is our satellite radar picture. You can see quite a bit of rain sitting off the east coast. Looks like Jacksonville pretty wet here this evening, and also just east of Cape Canaveral there, looking at some pretty good rain as well. The atmosphere, though, not quite as unstable here in the Bay Area as it is along the other coast. But again, that's all going to be changing as we head into Sunday and into Monday, as we do think the system is going to be crossing the state tonight and tomorrow, and that's going to allow for quite a bit of rain to develop beginning tomorrow afternoon and Monday. So here's our radar, our satellite picture rather. You can see that disturbance sitting off the east coast. We're also tracking Tropical Storm Ernesto. We're noticing developing right around the center, increasing the thunderstorm activity. So we do think it is certainly looking a little bit more favorable for development here, and certainly the environment around it is looking very nice as well. Warm water, low wind shear, and these are the environmental conditions that tropical systems really like to see to strengthen. Now we have another newly formed storm. This actually formed officially this morning, well out into the eastern Atlantic. Certainly no threat to anybody right now, so we won't talk much about it other than showing the quick track here. But I want to focus on Ernesto now. These are our spaghetti models, lots of different computer models projecting several days ahead, and you can see the majority of the models projecting landfall right around the Yucatan Peninsula sometime middle half of next week. Then from there, the uncertainty grows whether Ernesto tries to take more of a northerly track or continues a west to northwesterly track. So this is certainly something we'll be watching very closely, but certainly a lot of uncertainty once we get past Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Here's a quick look here of the official track for Ernesto, and you can see will likely become a hurricane sometime on Monday, Category 1 hurricane, and the official track continues on through the Yucatan later on into next week. There's Thursday, close to a hurricane status there late next week. So again, we'll be watching that. And then here's our next tropical system well out into the eastern Atlantic, and certainly not threatening anybody. So just another name to add to the list here for the 2012 hurricane season. So close to home, the sunshine, the heat has been the big story. Lots of lower to mid 90s across the area. Here into the Bay Area, looking at 92 in Tampa, 91 in St. Petersburg, a few 80s out there. Nice sea breeze setting up here. So, but all in all, it's going to be a warm and humid evening. A very small chance for an isolated evening storm. Temperatures dropping into the upper 70s. And then for the rest of the weekend, noticing at least a 50-50 chance of getting wet tomorrow. I do think we'll see much more in terms of widespread activity on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday as that system continues to linger around the state of Florida. So look for a pretty good chance of showers and storms over the next couple of days, at least through the middle half of next week. And of course, you can always follow Ernesto and track the rain development through the weekend, all on our website, abcactionnews.com.
Now, your AccuWeather forecast. Certified Tampa Bay's most accurate.
We'll start you off with a little video. This was taken by our own Bill Logan crossing the Howard Franklin. This was about noontime, 1 o'clock this afternoon when all the storms kind of popped up around the Bay Area. And obviously, wet out there, and most of the rain now has pulled well inland, and things quieting down this evening. If you have some evening plans, it should be mostly dry here in the Bay Area. You can see the storms well inland, Orlando and Kissimmee, looking at some activity. And we've actually had a couple of isolated showers back down into Sarasota and into DeSoto County, but very few and far between across the area. Lots going on here. We have actually a cold front off to our north, which is not going to make it here in Florida, but that's helping to trigger some showers and storms. Some of those scattered storms, of course, worked their way in across the area earlier today. Look at all that deep moisture coming in across parts of the Keys later this evening. So a lot of moisture moisture in the air. And we're going to see more scattered storms tomorrow and over the next few days. Maybe not as high of rain chance as we were looking at earlier in the weekend, but we certainly are still looking at our daily chance for showers and thunderstorms. Here's your 24-hour forecast through the rest of this evening, and looking at, again, mainly dry conditions, maybe a passing shower, but that is unlikely at this point. So looking to get pretty good for the rest of this evening and mainly overnight tonight. There is a look at Sunday morning now, waking up to lots of sunshine around. We'll notice that once again as that sea breeze develops and moves east of the bay, that's where the showers and storms will begin to develop. So look for a couple of midday showers around lunchtime tomorrow, and then anything that does develop, a predominantly westerly flow is going to send those well inland. And so look for at least maybe a coastal shower first thing during the afternoon, and then most of the rain develops deep inland by the mid to late afternoon hours. So very similar setup for Sunday as we had today. And again, this is our satellite picture showing us a little bit of a disturbance down in western Cuba. It's helping to pull us some of that moisture into the Keys, and then some fizzling storms off to our north, as well as some pretty good moisture setting off the east coast of Florida. That's actually heading away from the Bay Area. So kind of a lot of different things going on across the state of Florida, and that certainly will enhance our thunderstorm activity over the next few days. No longer a tropical depression, just the remnants of TD number 7. The National Hurricane Center flew into this, found no low-level circulation, and so it is no longer an official tropical system, just a tropical wave now. So good news there. Temperatures close to home. Hudson's 87 degrees, 89 in Sarasota. You can see some rain-cooled air in Bartow's 79 degrees. Not too bad there. Winter Haven 81 as we fly into the Bay Area, mostly into the 80s, upper 80s, St. Petersburg. There's Palm Harbor at about 83 degrees. So here's your evening forecast. Mainly dry, partly cloudy skies. Temperatures hovering in the low 80s here, eventually back in the upper 70s. And then overnight tonight, look for maybe an isolated shower, but mainly dry. Lows right around 80 degrees. A coastal shower first thing, but otherwise most of the storms will head deep inland by mid to late afternoon. And if you're heading offshore tomorrow, looking pretty good. Southwesterly winds at about 5 to 10, and your sunrise and your sunset time there. And there's your 7-day forecast. Of course, we'll continue our chance for showers and storms each and every afternoon. You can track the rain online, abcactionnews.com.